Acha. Okay, good morning class. I hope everyone is fine, right? Yes, we have to begin our new session about the microorganism that we discussed in the previous class about the cell, right? Later on the cell there's a topic that is a microorganism. We everybody understand this topic and it is a very important in our day-to-day life, right? Okay, so we have to begin our session. I'm just waiting that you must be live. Let's see. Yes, I'm waiting for your comment. Give me a thumbs up so we can begin our session. I can find that many of you are online. Yeah. The class will be going so interesting, right? So many colorful organisms that are live in our surrounding. Yeah, that we want to see here. Yes, good afternoon everyone. Good afternoon. Yes, Gaurav Sharma. Yes. Yes, good afternoon. Yes, I can find you here. Yes, very good. Yeah, many of you are joining. Good. Yes, yes. Yes, good morning class. It's early in the morning. It's not a good afternoon. Right. Okay. Yes, Dipen. Yes, Purvi. Yes. Good morning, beta. Yes. Yes, I can see here. Many of you are joining. Right? Okay. Shall we start our class? Right? Okay. Yes. Okay. As I have seen that many of you are interested in the class, in the recent classes, I have seen that you have so interest in the cell and we discussed in the class about the cell, right? In the previous class, as you already understood about the cell, the different kind of the cell, how it is formed, very first how it is discovered. After that, you understand about the what kind of the cell it is in the very beginning, the prokaryotic cell, the feature of the prokaryotic cell that you have discussed, right? Also about the eukaryotic cell, right? These are the some basically cells that you have find. Depending upon the structure, you categorize the different kind of organism. Are they prokaryotic or it is eukaryotic, right? After that, you have seen that the different kind of organism that are made up of single cell, that are unicellular. After that, the multicellular, which is consist of the many of the cell, right? In the whole context of it, there is a chapter that is a microorganism, right? It begins with the line, the invisible world around us. The microorganisms are the invisible organisms. Means, can we see the microorganisms with the naked eye? I can not say that. Can we see, right? So here we can say that the microorganisms are the very small organisms which we cannot see by our naked eyes. Let's see. Another thing is that nature's hidden helpers. They are the helper of the nature. In the so many ways, they will participate in this nature and they will control so many things, will help in the so many mechanisms in the nature. So many biological activities occur by these microorganisms. After that, they are the harmful invaders also. Harmful invaders means they will invade in the lifestyle of the different living organisms where they will harm them, they will cause the disease in them, right? So in this class, we are going to understand about the role of microorganism, how they are useful to us, how they are harmful to us, how they are useful to the nature, how they will maintain the different kind of cycles of the nature, and how they are harm the nature, right? Let's begin our session. The first one, very first, the microorganism. Microorganisms are the microbes or are tiny living things that are too small to be seen with the naked eyes. Okay, there is a word emphasis here, right? That the microorganisms are living, tiny living things, right? Tiny means very small. We cannot see them with our eyes, right? They are too small, then we cannot be seen with the naked eyes, right? We cannot see it. Next, and to observe them, we have required the microscope. Okay, here you can see the structure of microscope that is present in your laboratory also, right? Device which will magnify the tiny objects when we put into it, right? Here we can see some kind of the microorganism. It's on your slide that you can see here. It is a microorganism. Here you can see it is a very small in structure, but when we put it onto the microscope, they are magnified, they will make them larger, right? It is a structure of amoeba. Right. Here you can see another structure, right? It is a structure of plasmodium. Right. These are the two microorganisms that I have discussed here, means basically tiny organisms which we cannot see by our naked eyes. To visualize them, to see them clearly, we require a device, that is microscope. Microscope. About the microscope, it is a device which will magnify any object when we observe it, right? Next, microorganisms. Microorganisms may be unicellular or they can be multicellular, right? What about the term unicellular? In your previous classes, you have seen that the unicellular are the organism which is consist of single cell. And when we discuss about the multicellular, we can say here those organisms which are made up of multiple cells or many cells. The example of the unicellular organism, here we can see that example is amoeba. And when we discuss about the multicellular, then you can say there are so many variety of the living organism that are basically, we can say example, human. Human is a kind of a multicellular organism. So from this point, you understand that what are unicellular organisms, what are multicellular organisms. Here the unicellular means those that consist of single cell, and the multicellular, those consist of the many cells. right? I have also discussed about the amoeba is an example of unicellular. Human being are example of the multicellular organism, right? Next one, the microorganisms may be single celled, right? Means the single cell will do all functions of life, right? Here you can see that a single cell is here, right? They are the tiny single cells which is enough to function all their essential life process, right? Means we can say that these organisms will do all the functions, means they will do the digestion, respiration and the reproduction also, right? Single organism is required here. In the single celled microorganism, we have seen there the single celled microorganisms example are bacteria. Here you can see the bacteria is here, and there is some algae and some protozoa also. Here you can see the structure of protozoa. There is a protozoa, everybody have known it, right? In your classes you have seen this organism, that is a, here you can see that it is a protozoa. Another protozoa is here, that is a euglena. Inside the category of protozoa, organism, that is a euglena is here, right? Okay, let's move forward to the next one. They can be multicellular, unicellular हो सकते हैं, multicellular भी हो सकते हैं. In the multicellular categories, they are the, in the microorganism, the alga and the fungi. Algae and fungi are the example of the multicellular organisms. As you can see here, it is a example of we can say that is a fungi, right? The mushroom is a kind of a fungi, and you can see the structure of alga. Here you can see there, that is a algae, right? So the organism can be multicellular and it can be the unicellular also. The multicellular example, algae and fungi. Now they can be live single in a, they multicellular live in a single, right? Or they can live in colonies also, right? So many colonies also. So organism may exist alone or they can exist in colony also. Why it is required for the live alone and colony? We can say that when the organism live in alone life, in this case it will get the whole energy to itself. When it live in a colony, then it is helpful to the formation of the essential functions of the life, and also it will help to live in a particular such type of condition or habitat also, right? Right. The next one, where do microorganisms live? Basically microorganisms are the organism, where are they live basically, right? So these organisms live in a basically a different kind of habitat. We can say here this icy cold climate and the hot spring also. Means when we discuss about the Himalayan region, the Arctic region, at that time we can say that they live in the Himalayas, the cold desert, right? And in the hot spring also, when there is a rainfall of the when there is a lot hot water is there, hot spring is there, and in desert also, where the temperature is very high. In that area, the microorganisms also found. They are also found in the marshy land. In the marshy land, there are so many toxic gases are produced in that area, right? No more organisms can survive there, right? But these are the microorganisms are found here, right? Inside the body of the human, right? They are also found the body of our and we example see that in our gut, intestinal gut, they are found here, right? Also, some example are there, the microorganisms that are living inside the human body, that is E. coli, right? E. coli is a kind of a bacteria which live now inside our gut. Next one, the microorganisms grow on the other organism, as we discussed in the class 6th, and we understand that the microorganisms grow on the other organism. So here we can say that those organisms which are grown on the other organism, they get their food from there, they get the nutrition from there, that is a basically parasitic, right? So microorganisms can be parasitic, right? Here we can say that the microorganism can be symbiotic also, right? Means they can live with the another organism, right? And when they live with the other organism, they are benefit to us, ourselves, and benefit to the other one also. This is the symbiotic relationship that are found in the microorganism also, right? The microorganisms can be freely exist, right? For example, you can see the amoeba, right? we have studied amoeba in the 7th class also, that amoeba is a unicellular organism which live freely. Let's see. You can see some pictures of them. The E. coli, the bacteria live on a gut, the picture of the Plasmodium, which is we can say that parasitic, which live in the blood cells of the human, which will cause the disease, right? And the amoeba, basically, right, which is a free living and exists freely, and it is a single cell. After that, the types of the microorganism. The microorganisms are basically 4 types, right? Very first microorganism that we can say that is a bacteria. The bacteria are the microorganism which maybe live in a single, and they can be live in a colony also, right? Here is the example, Streptococcus. Streptococcus is a bacteria which will cause a disease, right, inside the body. So when we discuss about the bacteria, then we can say there bacteria are the organism which are having the prokaryotic type of structure of the cell, right, and they are the very basic functional organisms, right. Example is Streptococcus. The next one, the fungi. The fungi is a basically organism. We can say that the fungi are the basically we discussed in the previous classes. They are the decomposers also, right. They live single or they live in colony also, right. Example of the fungi, Penicillium. Some of the fungi are helpful to us and some of the fungi are harmful to us. Yeast is also kind of a fungi, right. Now discuss about the algae. Algae are the autotrophic organisms, right, means they have the chlorophyll, they can synthesize their food by themselves, right, some of the algae. The example of the algae is the nostoc and volvox, right. The next one, that is a protozoa, the 4th category of the microorganism, that is a protozoa, right. So protozoa are the organism which are the tiny prokaryotic cells which have some basic finite structures, and the example of the protozoa is amoeba, right. They will do the all function by themselves, and the paramecium is also example of protozoa, right. Next one, the virus. The virus is basically, we can say that it's an exceptional category, which means they are living inside the body of a host and they are non-living when they are outside of the body of the host. Means when they are inside the living organism, जब virus किसी living organism के अंदर रहता है, it will use the machinery of that living organism and it will follow all their life process. Means it will increase their colony, or it will means basically reproduce. But virus, when they are not inside the host, they are look like a dead organisms, means they are non-functional all the time, right. The viruses are considered as the microorganisms. Example of the virus that you have seen, that coronavirus and hepatitis virus also, right. Let's move forward, and here you can see the example of this bacteria structure that is living in the colony, and you can see there's a virus, that is a coronavirus structure. Next one, I have discussed you about the example of the fungi, that is a penicillium, right. Penicillium are basically fungi which we use for the different kind of purpose for the human life, and the penicillium is here, and from the penicillium we will find a drug, or basically we can say find out some kind of the medicine, that is basically penicillin, right. Next one, that you can say the example of the fungi, that is a volvox, that you can structure here, that is the structure of the volvox, right, here are living there. Next one, depending upon the different kind of shape, the bacteria are of the basically 4 kind, right. Very first shape, let's discuss about it. The bacteria are the kind of 4 shape. The very first one, they are shape of cocci. Cocci means the oval shape, or we can say that round shape, right. Next one, the example of this cocci, that is the we can say that the streptococci. We have discussed previously, abhi humne discuss kiya tha streptococcus, right. Strepto and coccus. Coccus is a term which is connected from the structure, that is a cocci, means they are oval in structure, right. Streptococcus, it is a species of the streptococcus, pyogeny, and here you can see example here. Then the diplococci, when the 2 oval structures are there, then diplococci. Then it is a tetrad structure, means the 4 structures are there. Then Staphylococcus, staphylococcus, then it is a multiple cocci structures are there, right. These are the structures which are found inside this kind of the category, that is a cocci, right? The next shape, that is a bacillus. Bacillus means road shape, look like a road, you can see there, road shape. The chain of bacilli here, it is a single road, then there is a chain of bacilli is here, then you can say structure. The second structure is bacilli, means road shape bacteria. The next, inside this bacteria they have some filaments also, right, and there's flagellates also, right. These flagellates will help this these shape of bacteria to be locomote and move from one position to the another position, right. The next shape, that is a vibrio. The shape vibrio is the third one. Vibrio means the coma shape, okay, the coma shape. The coma shape of bacteria are known as vibrios or vibrii. Then there is another bacteria that is a spiral in shape, you can see here, spiral shape bacteria, and example of it is spirella, right. So spirella is a bacteria, the fourth kind of the shape that are found in the bacteria. So I am revising again it. The bacteria are of four kind of shape. The first one, that is cocci, that means round shape or oval shape. The second one, that is bacillus, which are rod in shape. The third one, that is basically vibrio, means coma shape. And the fourth one, that is a spiral, and a spirella, that is spiral in shape, right. Let's move forward to the next one. Let's see. There are the more example, spirella bacteria and the rod shape bacteria is here. The more example about these are the bacteria come in the category of the bacteria. The Chlamydomonas and the Spirogyra, these are the filamentous algae, right, or it is a filamentous algae, Spirogyra, and the Chlamydomonas is example of it, right. Another example of this kind of the organism, that is the amoeba and paramecium. They come in the category of the protozoa. You can see the clear image here, right. These are the live image of this paramecium which we have seen under the microscope. Then we have seen there is a kind of the fungi, there is a bread mold fungi, right, you can see here. Then the penicillium, then we have aspergus, right. These are the example of the four categories of the basically microorganisms. Let's now the next topic, that microorganisms and us. In the environment we have seen that the whole organisms are living around us, right, and we have seen that the humans are also the main part of this whole earth diversity, right. And let's see how they are combined to each other, or how they will benefit, or how they are living to each other. Life. Organisms play an important role in their life. Some of them are beneficial to us, and many of the ways, and some of them are harmful to us. Let's see. The first one, the friendly nature of these microorganisms. When we discuss about the friendly nature, means how they are benefit to us. Let's see the very first category, the microorganisms. Very first category, that the microorganisms making in the curd, right. So making of the curd, the microorganisms are required. For example, you have seen that in the early morning, in the summer days, or when you have seen that you want to taste differently, then you are using the curd at your home in the early morning, right. The curd ki, when we discuss about the curd is formed by a bacterium, that is a lactobacillus, right. This is a bacteria which will help in the formation of curd, right. Lactobacillus will basically reproduce inside the milk, and they will increase the colonies and convert this milk into the curd. Curd is basically fragmented, or we can say that coagulated structure, right. Now you can see the slide here, diagram here. Here the picture of this curd, right. The curd, when we discuss about the curd, it is a conversion of the milk, right, by which bacteria? The lactobacillus, right. How it will make the curd? You have seen that during the evening time or during the night, your mother will warm the milk, and after that boiling, she will make it cool, but not at much. She will convert this, she will wait for the milk that it should be warm from 37 to 40 degrees Celsius. It is a kind of a temperature where this bacteria can grow easily or more fine, right. So at that time the more bacteria will grow, and at this time when the temperature of the milk is 37 to 40 degree, and at this time it will add the curd on this milk, and it left for the 6 to 7 hours or 6 to 8 hours undisturbed, right? During the winter time, you have seen that so many times your mother will put the cloth on this warm milk after the giving the add to the curd into it, right? It means that she's want to provide the required temperature for growth of this bacteria, right? So I hope everybody understood how the curd is formed. What is the basic bacteria which is found in the milk, or basically we find that in the curd, that is a lactobacillus. The next category, the bacteria are useful to us in the formation of bread, right? As we have studied in the previous class, the bread is formed by the one of the microorganism, that is a fungi, that is yeast. In that condition, what we do? Basically, we will took a carbohydrate, basically flour, right? A wheat flour. At the time, what we have seen that the fungus will add, or basically the yeast added into that content or dug. At the time, what will the yeast do? Yeast will convert this into carbon dioxide, plus it will convert into some alcohol also, right? Due to the production of high carbon dioxide, there the pores are formed inside there, right? You can see there so many tiny holes inside the bread. These are the some finite, look like a sponge की जैसे formation हो जाता है. Why it has happened? Because due to the increase of this carbon dioxide production inside that dough, right? So making of the bread, the example is the fungus yeast, which will do this kind of the process. The yeast will do a process that is basically known as fermentation. The production of the carbon dioxide and alcohol is known as fermentation. When we discuss about the fermentation, then you have to understand fermentation is a process found in the yeast, in which the yeast will convert the carbohydrate into carbon dioxide and alcohol, right? Okay, let's move over to the other useful example. It is used in making alcohol. For example, the fungus yeast there also, right, which will reproduce in the sugar solution, right, and convert into alcohol. This process is also known as fermentation here, right? And we can see the example. You have seen that during the inside the industries of this brewery formation, right, or beer or alcohol formation industries, there are the yeast are added into a chamber, that is a ferment, right? And in that chamber there is a increase of the bacteria growth, and they will get the sufficient amount of the sugar molecule, and they will convert into the alcohol. The major process of fermentation used in the brewery formation or the beer or the alcohol formations are there, right? Okay. The next example is there, the medicine. In the making of the medicine, the organisms, these microorganisms are used in the formation of the medicine. Okay, I have already discussed to you, right? Okay, can anybody give me the example of this any kind of the medicine found by these bacteria? Any example? Yes, definitely, good one, Kapil. Yeah, fermentation bank, very good. Yes, can you give me the example of this any medicine which are formed by this bacteria, or we can say that microorganisms are there, and any kind of fungi which will use in the formation of medicine? Right. Yes, penicillin. Penicillin is the example. You can see there. The penicillin is formed. Yeah, streptomycin is very good. Yes, streptomycin is also example of it. Then you can see there the tetramycin is also example, a medicine which is formed by these bacteria, these microorganisms. Right. The one more example of this medicine formation by these organisms. The one medicine is erythromycin. Very good. Yes, very good. Yeah, fine. Yes. Yes, definitely good one. Yes, penicillin is also right. So making medicine, some bacteria and fungi are used for making the medicine, which kills or stop the growth of microorganism, right? And here we have find a new term, that is the antibiotics, right? The anti means which is against, biotics which is against the bacteria, or basically we discuss about the bacteria, right? So antibiotics is a drug or a medicine which will kill or stop the growth of bacteria. Means ये क्या करेगा, जब when the bacteria enter our body and we feel the suffer of any kind of disease or some kind of symptomatic conditions, at the time these kind of the drug or this kind of medicine provided by the doctor. Doctor हमें कहता है कि you have to take the 3 days of this course, right? आपको दवाई 3 दिन लेनी पड़ेगी. इसके अंदर वो आपको antibiotics देता है कुछ, right? And what this antibiotic do? Antibiotic basically it will kill or stop the growth of bacteria, right? So it will kill or stop the growth of bacteria, and such medicines are called antibiotics. The example of these antibiotics are the streptomycin, penicillin, then we have erythromycin, then we have a tetracycline also, right? You can remind it. The next one. These microorganisms are also used in the formation of vaccine also, right? जैसे अभी आपने कोरोना के बारे में पढ़ा, जैसे आप different kind of hepatitis के बारे में पढ़ते हो, पोलियो के बारे में पढ़ते हो, right? So these are the disease which are caused by the microorganism also, right? कोई ना कोई microorganism responsible है इसके लिए. So क्या हर microorganism के लिए antibiotic enough है? नहीं. It is not correct. Antibiotic is not only enough for this. What is the function of this antibiotic? Main function क्या है? The antibiotics will help when any organism will invade. जब वो हमारी बॉडी में एंट्री कर चुका है, जब उसने डिस्ट्रक्शन कर दिया है बॉडी के अंदर, at that time they will basically work or they will kill or they will stop. But the vaccines are different. Vaccines are used prior the infection, prior the disease. Disease होने से पहले, हमें बीमार होने से पहले हमारी बॉडी में वैक्सीन्स को इंजेस्ट कर देते हैं, right? So let's see about the vaccine. The vaccines are the dead or weakened microbes. Here the word dead, एक मरा हुआ microbes या फिर weak, जो इतना ज्यादा कैपेबल नहीं है जो हमें बीमार कर सके, right? As a microbe is introduced in our body, right? And what will happen when this microorganism, when this basically the virus entered inside the body, at that time what it will do? It will basically alarm our immunity, right? And the antibodies are formed prior to the infection. Means जब कोई भी माइक्रोऑर्गेनिज्म हम बात कर रहे हैं, जैसे किसी वायरस की बात करें, पोलियो की बात करते हैं, सो व्हेन वी टुक द 2 ड्रॉप्स ऑफ द पोलियो, 2 ड्रॉप पोलियो की, राइट, जब वो छोटे बचपन में पिलाई जाती थी आपको, बेसिकली व्हाट इट डिड, दैट ड्रॉप ऑफ द पोलियो हैव द डेड और किल्ड और वीक्ड माइक्रोऑर्गेनिज्म एंटर्ड इनटू द बॉडी. उसने क्या किया? हमारी इम्यूनिटी को पहले से ही अलार्म कर दिया और हमारी बॉडी ने फॉर्म द एंटीबॉडीज फॉर दैट, राइट? अब हमारी बॉडीज के पास में एंटीबॉडीज पहले से. एंटीबॉडीज होती क्या है? एंटीबॉडीज आर द सोल्जर ऑफ द बॉडी. हमें बीमारी से प्रोटेक्ट करती है. हमें कोई बैक्टीरिया या कोई ऐसा ऑर्गेनिज्म जो हमारी बॉडी में एंट्री करना चाह रहा है, उसकी वजह से हमारी बॉडी बीमार पड़ जाएगी, उसके लिए पहले से हमारे पास एक डिफेंस सिस्टम होता है, सोल्जर्स होते हैं हमारी बॉडी के एंटीबॉडीज, राइट? सो these are the dead or weakened microbes, right? They will produce the antibodies. Antibodies protect the body from the disease causing by the microbes. The example of the disease, like कौन-कौन से disease के लिए हम vaccines provide करते हैं? Example polio, OPV आपने देखा है, oral polio vaccine, OPV, oral polio vaccine. OPV जो आप 2 बूंद पीते हो. कोलेरा के लिए वैक्सीन लगती है स्टार्टिंग के टाइम में, जब बेबी बर्थ होता है उसके बाद अर्ली एज के अंदर उसको 1 साल के अंदर बहुत सारे इंजेक्शंस लगते हैं, राइट? टाइफॉइड ऑल्सो प्रोवाइडेड अ वैक्सीन. स्मॉल पॉक्स के लिए वैक्सीन प्रोवाइड की जाती है, राइट? हेपेटाइटिस के लिए. एंड यू हैव सीन दैट अभी कुछ टाइम पहले हमें जब कोरोना आया था तो उसके लिए हमें कोविड की वैक्सीन लगी थी, राइट? वो वैक्सीन क्या था? जिसको कोरोना नहीं हुआ है उसको वैक्सीन लगी थी, राइट? हाँ, तो उसका मतलब ये था कि अगर कोई भी वायरस हमारी बॉडी के अंदर एंट्री किया तो उस वायरस के लिए हमने डिजाइन करके एक ऐसा वैक्सीन फॉर्मेशन किया है जिसकी वजह से हमारी बॉडी ऑलरेडी प्रिपेयर रहेगी आने वाले सारे इन्फेक्शंस के लिए, आने वाले सारे ऐसे इन्वेडिंग के लिए, राइट? ओके, यू कैन सी देयर, जब वैक्सीन लगवाने गए थे तो आपने देखा था ऐसे वैक्सीन का बोतल थी, उसमें से इंजेक्ट करके वैक्सीन निकाला और उसके बाद आम पे यहाँ पे पुट कर दिया था यहाँ पे, राइट? द COVID-19 वैक्सीन इज ऑल्सो हियर, यू कैन सी द डायग्राम हियर. Okay, another example of this bacteria, that is they will increase the soil fertility, right? This is a bacteria rhizobium. आप पढ़ चुके हैं rhizobium के बारे में. Rhizobium is a bacteria which is a symbiotic bacteria, means वो साथ में मिलके रहता है और दूसरे को benefit पहुंचाता है और खुद को benefit देता है. Means it will give the benefit to the others and get the benefit from the others, to itself also, right? These are the bacteria rhizobium and nostac which will able to fix the atmospheric nitrogen, right? हमारे एटमॉस्फेयर में नाइट्रोजन जो 78% है, how it will consumed by the living organisms, because nitrogen required है बॉडी के लिए to formation of the different kind of the proteins, right? Formation of the DNA, right? So cell को अपने एसेंशियल न्यूट्रिएंट, एसेंशियल जो मटेरियल है उसको प्रिपेयर करने के लिए नाइट्रोजन चाहिए, प्लांट को भी चाहिए, ह्यूमन को भी चाहिए. हम ह्यूमन तो हेटरोट्रोप्स है, इनसे कंज्यूम कर लेते हैं, राइट? लेकिन प्लांट्स जो है वो लिविंग है, वो कैसे करेगा? वो तो जाके खाना थोड़ी ना लेके आएगा किसी से, राइट? सो इट विल बेसिकली व्हाट वी डू, सम प्लांट्स व्हिच हैव द रूट नोड्यूल्स, राइट? रूट्स में छोटी छोटी गांठें बन जाती है, बेसिकली नोड्यूल्स लाइक स्ट्रक्चर होते हैं, एंड दीज प्लांट व्हिच हैव द रूट नोड्यूल्स दे आर नोन एज लेग्यूमिनस प्लांट. एग्जांपल pulses, right? So here you can see that these are the nitrogen fixing bacteria which remain inside these root nodule, and these are the rhizobium, right, which live here. Rhizobium will convert the atmospheric nitrogen into the nitrate, and nitrate is absorbed by this basically roots of this plant, and from the roots it will continue to the other part of the plant by the xylem tissue. As you know that xylem will get the water and the minerals from there, right? So what is the main function of this whole scenario, the nitrogen fixing? It will basically increase the soil fertility. Soil की जो fertility है, soil की जो ज़्यादा amount में जो भी crop production करने की capability है उसको increase करता है, right? Healthy growth कराता है plant की. Next, cleaning the environment. Microorganisms are the cleaning agent. Means they will degrade the harmful substance. They will decompose, right? So also we have seen that the microorganisms are the decomposer also. मतलब जो large organic compounds होते हैं उसको degrade करके inorganic बना के they will mix up into the soil. Example of this, Pseudomonas putidia. Next one, they are helper in the sewage treatment, right? STP plants की बात करें, sewage treatment plant, right? तो sewage treatment plant के अंदर water का जब aeration करते हैं उसके time पे microbes grow करते हैं, and these microbes will basically nullify or they will reduce the bad smell of the water, of the dirty water. Bad smell को clean करते हैं और they will increase the efficiency of the other minerals into the water. Next one, example of this sewage treatment microorganisms, that is the nitrosomes, nitrosomonas and the nitrobacter are the कुछ example है जो हम यहाँ पे पढ़ते हैं, right? Very good. Next one, अभी हमने बात की usefulness of this bacteria or the usefulness of these microorganisms. The next one, क्या सारे के सारे यूजफुल ही होते हैं हमारे? नो, दे आर हार्मफुल ऑल्सो. द वेरी फर्स्ट वन इन द हार्मफुल harm of the microorganism, that are the microorganisms are the disease causing also. For example, they will cause the disease in human. Example, we discuss about the plasmodium and the virus also. When we discuss of the plasmodium is basically kind of a protozoa which is stuck by these mosquito, right? Here you can say the disease causing microorganism which enter in the body. माइक्रोसोम हमारी बॉडी में अलग अलग कारणों से एंटर कर सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल, दे कैन एंटर थ्रू द एयर, थ्रू वाटर, थ्रू कंटामिनेटेड फूड, राइट, एंड थ्रू कॉन्टैक्ट और थ्रू इंसेक्ट आल्सो. These microorganisms are called the pathogen. Those microorganisms which are enter in our body and cause the disease, basically they are known as pathogens. The second category, the disease which can be spread from an infected person to the healthy person. Some of the disease which is caused from one person to the another person. The one person is infected to any kind of the disease which will spread the disease to the other organism, right? So many kind of the allergies also which are grown by the fungi and bacteria also, that is transfer from the touch, right? And there's some kind of the disease, that is TB. When one person is coughing at that time, the tiny droplets entered from the air to the another person body, right? Humans की body के अंदर inhale कर ले respiratory system में, that person is also infected. That disease, you can say that the coronavirus is also there, right? One person is sneeze or it will touch and it will spread the virus to the other one also, right? These are some example, right? By which says that the harmful microorganisms are there, right? Let's see. This disease which are spread from the infected person to the normal healthy person, that is example is basically here we can see there. Wait. Okay, yes. The disease which can be spread from an infected person to the healthy person is called the communicable disease, means which can communicate from one body to the another, right? There are the non-communicable disease also which cannot communicate from one person to the another person, which we will not transfer to one person to the another person, right? That is an example is there, right? The communicable disease, that is a cholera and tuberculosis. Some insects can also spread the disease, and these insects are known as carrier. Carrier का मतलब सामान को ले जाने वाले, right? Example की बात करें, there are the some mosquitoes and the some flies also. The house fly is also kind of a carrier which will transfer the some kind of the protozoa from the dirty place to the it will to the healthy food, and it will contaminate it. When you consume that food, at that time we will feel the so many symptoms in our body, that we feel the diarrhea at this condition, loose motions also there, right? And food poisoning also caused by this transfer of the microorganisms, right? Here the female Anopheles mosquito, you can see this, it is a female Anopheles mosquito which will transfer a disease, that is basically malaria. Malaria is caused by female Anopheles. Here you can see the structure, white spots दिखते हैं इस मच्छर के ऊपर, right? ये क्या करता है, अपनी बॉडी से ब्लड को सक करेगा और जाके किसी दूसरे इन्फेक्शन एक दूसरे पर्सन के अंदर इंजेस्ट कर देगा, and that person having this malaria. The next one, the disease, that is a dengue, which is caused by the dengue, which is caused by the female Aedes. Here is the Anopheles, you can see there, Anopheles malaria करेगा, and Aedes which will cause the dengue, right? You can see this kind of mosquito, dengue होता है, and बारिश का मौसम आगे सितंबर अक्टूबर के बाद हमारा ये डेंगू वाले केसेस ज़्यादा हो जाते हैं, right? The disease causing microorganisms in the plant also. There are several kind of the plants which are infected by the disease. For example, the wheat plant, rice plant, potato, sugarcane, orange, apple, others organism also, other plant also, which are caused by the different kind of the disease by the fungi, by the bacteria, and they are saying that there is basically normal conditions is disrupted by these kind of the microorganism. Some of the disease example, citrus canker. Citrus related to the citrus plant, that is a kind of a orange or lemon plant, which where we can see there citrus canker is caused by the bacteria, and the mode of transfer of disease कैसे होती है, spread कैसे होती है, from the air, when one organism is from the air to the other organism. Now the rusting of the wheat is caused by the fungi, and it is caused mode of transfer is air. Yellow mosaic of भिंडी, yellow vein mosaic, भिंडी के अंदर एक disease होती है, ओकरा, भिंडी को ओकरा बोला जाता है, उसके अंदर एक disease होती है, that is basically caused by the virus, and the mode of transfer is basically insect, कुछ insect लेके जाते हैं यहाँ पे. The next one, disease causing microorganisms animals, कुछ animals के अंदर भी disease cause होती है, and when we discuss about it, then you can see there anthrax. Anthrax is a dangerous disease which is occur inside the cattle also, like गाय और भैंस जो cattle हम domestic animals है उसके अंदर हो जाती है, जिसके अंदर it is also called foot and mouth disease, उनके पैरों में और मुंह के आसपास कुछ ना कुछ infections हो जाते हैं basically, right? The food poisoning अभी हम डिस्कस कर चुके हैं. इन सारे माइक्रोऑर्गेनिज्म जब हमारी बॉडी के अंदर एंटर करते हैं तो कुछ ना कुछ टॉक्सिन्स प्रोड्यूस करते हैं, एंड इस टॉक्सिन की वजह से हमारी बॉडी के अंदर बहुत सारी फंक्शंस डिस्टर्ब हो जाते हैं, राइट? एंड इट्स अ फूड पॉइजनिंग कॉज्ड, यू कैन सी देयर. ये कुछ सिम्टम्स हैं जो फूड पॉइजनिंग की वजह से दिख रहे हैं आपको. हीट फील करेगा, डिजीनेस होगा, नोजिया होगा, हार्ट बर्न होगा, या फिर चिलीज होगी, सिम्टम्स ऑफ द फूड पॉइजनिंग. एंड द लास्ट कंक्लूजन ऑफ दिस सेशन, राइट? Microorganisms are the very small organism which we cannot see through our naked eyes. It required the microscope as some aid to view these organisms. Some of them are beneficial and some of them are harmful to us, right? So we have to be very clever by choosing the different kind of the so many kind of the activities in our day-to-day life,